That's the plight of a muskie guide. All you can do is try and get to where the fish are. I can't make them eat.
Really? I thought you could.
I try very hard to make them eat, but so we're down to the bottom of the ninth, fishing with Bob. Amy's behind the camera. We've had some chances today, and I just give Bob this. This is brand new prototype for 2026 Musky Frenzy, black and silver, which is what Amy started the day with. And we're moving fish. We come into a deep water saddle. Bob got hit way out from the boat. It's a nice tiger. Welcome back to the cave, everybody. I do apologize, it's been a minute. Been a really busy summer. Got a lot of cool content that we're, let's just say, stockpiling for sometime in the future. Just know that we haven't quit filming. We're just trying to find the right way to release what it is we're doing. But we will have a lot of content coming for you guys. So I get a lot of messages asking what's up, and we haven't quit. We're busy in the summer, and it will come, when the right time kind of comes for us. So I recently just had a great opportunity to take out some new people fishing, and it was a great opportunity for me to be part of a contest through Ontario Sunset Country, Ontario Sunset Country Travel Association. And if I'm going to rewind to, I believe it was April of 2024, Jerry Carreau, the president of Ontario Sunset Country, reached out, and he wanted to do a contest where the grand prize would be a day of fishing with me. So of course I would do that. I love promoting our area. I love getting more people involved. I love the idea of bringing in new people, staying at some of our lodges and resorts. And it was an easy decision for me to say yes. So they took an ad in Hooked magazine in the summer of 2024, and I don't know the specifics on how many entries they got, but I got contacted from the president of Hooked magazine, and I believe it was September, that they had chosen a winner, and Bob and Amy were the winners. We tried to set something up last fall, but schedules being what they were, we weren't able to do it last fall, so we scheduled it for this summer, and I just recently had the opportunity to have them up here and spend a couple days with them. So that's where this video kind of takes place. But there's a little bit of a backstory that getting to know them, I just thought it would be interesting to share with you guys. So when I met Bob and Amy, two things really jumped out at me. One was that Amy is part of a women's fishing club contest or tournament, and it's a tournament through the Fish Donkey app where you catch fish on different bodies of water. You put it on the bump board, and then you send those pictures in, and she's very passionate about it. And when it comes to the musky fishing, she needed a fish over 42 inches to gain 3 points in this contest. And as you'll see through the video here, we were unsuccessful at getting Amy that musky. Unfortunately, we picked a day on Eagle, which was flat calm and very hot, not ideal conditions for Eagle Lake. The next day we went to another lake in the area, and we all had some chances. Unfortunately, Amy wasn't able to get that 42-inch or bigger, but I think we built the rapport where I'm sure we're going to see them come back to the area. And the second thing that I thought was really interesting is Amy is a school teacher, and in her school they have fishing club, and I believe they have like 70 plus kids enrolled in this fishing club. Her husband Bob is one of the captains that takes the kids out fishing. They have their friends and other captains from the area help take these kids out. They do a league where they take youths out fishing. I just thought that was amazing. I love those stories because I like being part of something like that. So it really felt good to take them out and share my passion for musky fishing with two people that are very passionate about fishing, and especially with the youth. I really love that angle, and that made our time on the water just feel that much better, that we have this real shared passion for the outdoors and just fishing in general. Before we dive into the video, I just want to say that they stayed at Hidden Gem on Eagle Lake, which is a Airbnb style cabin rental. And I want to shout out to Eric, who does do some guiding on Eagle Lake, and he generally does not allow outside guides to take guests of his Airbnb out, but he agreed to let me pick them up at his dock because of the fact that it was a contest promoting the area. So I just want to give a big shout out to Eric for that and for hosting them. They also spent some time in the boat with Eric, and by all accounts had a great evening, had some chances at fish, Eagle Lake being what it was. On those 2 days, it was really tough fishing. So we didn't save any footage of our Eagle Lake trip. It was typical Eagle Lake. You're only going to get a few chances and you really have to capitalize. We just didn't make the best of it. But our second day, things went a lot better, and we're going to pick up the story right there.
Tonight when we're done or whatever, I'm gonna take a couple pictures of the reels and get some numbers or whatever.
You bet.
Like I said, I just haven't bought any because they're so damn expensive. I don't want to get the wrong thing, but like this fits me perfect. Whatever, you know.
Yep. There's
And of course, I'm never at a musky shop to put one in your hand.
Here's
You're
one.
doing it over.
There's one.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, he just nipped at it.
Oh, there he is. Oh, I just saw him.
No, he's off.
No, yeah, but I saw him go this
Yeah.
way. When he turned right here, I saw him.
I got one,
Okay. Figure
He's
it.
sitting right underneath me. He's right here underneath the boat.
Yep, I saw him.
Pull yours out, Bob.
Yep. Yeah, he didn't make this turn. He turned around and he said,
Let's keep casting. Yeah, that. Keep going. Big 8. Oh yeah, he's on there. He's just out in front of the boat now. Cast right out this way, Bob.
oh, he's got one, he's got one.
Oh, he's off.
I was reeling him fast to get the net.
He was off. He was on that quick and off. I let him chase it down to the bottom. Bugger. Yeah, I let him. That's the plight of a musky guide. All you can do is try and get to where the fish are. I can't make them eat.
Really? I thought you could.
I try very hard to make them eat, but they're these fish.
Actually, I think that's true for about all of them. That's a fish.
That is a fish.
Go back, go.
You should just keep cranking, right? Even if it's taking drag.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good one.
Rod tip down.
Oh.
Reel into it. Rod tip down. Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Keep reel on. Tiger muskie.
Hey, guy.
And I thought he was big.
Little tiger.
Right, I have to see your net thing work.
Work your bail.
Well, then I want to pick it up with my left hand.
You want to pick it up with your left?
Yeah, because then when I go over the side,
All right.
left will be forward.
Okay. Grab the tail. Just have a quick look at it. I'll put it on the bump board and then.
Damn, he looks smaller.
So it is a skinny one. That's 39 inches. Put your fingers right under mine. And then pinch right in there on your finger. Okay. And then hold them up one more time. Try and hold them level. Hold them right there, yeah. Okay, perfect. Take that, Amy. Now grab his body with your, grab his tail with your right hand if you can. Yep, just like that. Stick him over. All right, give me a sign, buddy. He's been caught before, so he's
That's what I was going to say. I didn't hook. That wasn't the side I had him hooked
No,
on.
he was hooked before. When you feel him start to tense up a bit, then he's usually pretty good.
Now he's getting ready.
And we'll give him a push out into the deep water.
It is funny because even in the net, how much bigger they look in the water.
Go over there. So, we've been grinding for 2 days. Amy's had some chances. Bob's had a couple chances today with the Suic. We're kind of finishing off. We got wind coming in. We'd like to have a little more clouds. But I did tell him early on, I'm like, you just gotta stick with it and it's gonna happen. And this was almost one of those nonchalant, you just cast out. We're not even really getting going. But for you guys, how's the experience been of musky fishing in northwestern Ontario?
Great. You know, we've seen plenty of fish. We just have missed a couple and then a lot won't commit.
Yeah,
So
and that's musky fishing. We've had two pretty much bluebird sky days, so you can't control that. All you can do is fish through it. We're trying to hit stuff that the wind is pushing onto. So we're gonna continue. I do wanna hit some weed spots here because we haven't hit any weeds today. But I'm always so confident on this lake on the deep stuff. Amy moved probably a mid-40s here earlier. We may go back on that fish because that was the biggest one we've seen. But you crossed the tiger muskie off your list, so good job. All right, let's finish strong, guys. Welcome back to the Little Takes Breakdown. Throughout this entire off season and even into the summer, this is the segment that everybody wants to see. And it's one of the ones that we really enjoy doing as well. So the fish that Bob caught, it's textbook classic shield structure. It's where everybody fishes. And in that clip, you can see we had just pulled up. I think I was on spot lock. I was not even ready yet. We're just getting ready to go. You can see they're just unhooking their lures as Bob casts out. Classic saddle between two islands. Here we had a little bit of southwest wind starting to push through here. We got deep water on the main basin, the smaller basin on the backside, slightly shallower, sandy bottom on both halves here. But what's really unique is on the one side we have bigger than cobblestone rock, but the size of a soccer ball or bigger all along shore. And on this side, it's a steeper drop, just a bedrock, but then it turns into this really mix of small rocks, bigger rocks, softball size to soccer ball, and then you get the odd one that's, the size of a VW Beetle. So there's just a wide variety of rocky shoreline on this side, and it kind of rolls down to that 6-foot level. And across here, there's just a few scattered rocks down on the bottom of this saddle, and the saddle rises up from both basins, and think of it as a catch-all for the wind that's pushing bait in. They're going to kind of get funneled into this area. They're going to get held up on the saddle, and typically on this spot, I would have expected to see muskie sitting, facing up into this southwest wind. We're getting set up to start our pass down there, and Bob just basically takes his lure off, casts in, right into the edge of that saddle, and he wasn't even on top of it. So I'll suspect that fish was just sitting, looking upwind, just on the deep side of the saddle, waiting for anything to get pushed into its face. In a lot of cases, I would like to cast that, if we had more wind, cast upwind and pull over that saddle. But because I was setting up to do this rockier shoreline, this was almost a giveaway cast. It was like just those few casts before we get onto the spot, and we were surprised by a fish sitting out here. And a lot of times we talk about fishing deep, fishing off structure. This is a prime example of where I should have used my own advice and maybe started out here expecting to see maybe some fish sitting just off of that saddle itself. And we got that fish, got it in, and then as we worked around the area here, I believe we raised another one in what I would call the classic location for a fish sitting, looking upwind. So the big takeaway on a spot like this, where you have that saddle between two islands or between an island and mainland, is look for that funnel into the center and look for structure that will hold fish on either side. This case, because the wind's kind of coming southwest, I wasn't as concerned with this side as I would have been if, say, we had a southeast wind or maybe a north wind pushing down through there. I was really concerned on this side. And like I say, guys, I should have maybe set up so that we worked right across it. Maybe there was another fish sitting there. But when you're getting into the last hours of a very long day, you have to really pay attention to the details. And even though we got this fish and we're super happy to get it, it was maybe a tiny lapse on my behalf for not setting up maybe properly here and giving ourselves the best possible chance there. But that being said, we got the fish, super happy about it. But when you guys see locations like this, and this is like, again, that classic complex structure, make sure you give yourself enough room to fish all of it, or at least fish it as effectively as you possibly can. So hopefully you will see spots like this on your next Shield trip, and you'll be able to break it down a lot like we just did. As we wrap this one up, it was a great opportunity for me to help support our local tourism area, support Ontario Sunset Country Travel Association, help support Eric and his Airbnb, and get some new people into the area. That's what we want to do here at 54 Buses, promote our area to the best of our ability. And I did ask Bob and Amy if they had any final words on their experience of being in Sunset Country.
Hello, this is Robert and Amy Schuldt. We just got back from the muskie trip we won from last year through Ontario Sunset Country and through Hook Magazine and muskie guide Glenn McDonald. We had a blast.
We stayed at Hidden Gem Resort, or Hidden Gem Resort on Eagle Lake. We had the opportunity to go out with guide Eric through Hidden Gem as well, and then picked up an extra day with Glenn McDonald. So we we're lucky enough to go 2 days with Glenn McDonald out musky fishing.
The area is beautiful. It was spectacular. The people were great. I mean, with Eric and Glenn in the boat, out of those 3 days, we learned a lot of stories about why things were named things and where there was gold mines, and it was very informative. Plus, we learned a lot about how to try to fish for them.
We had double digits or near double digit opportunities each day. I think the second day with Glenn, I do believe personally myself, I had 10 or more follows to the boat. We just couldn't get them to go. Bob was lucky enough to pick up a beautiful tiger muskie our second day to wrap up our trip. As Bob was saying, the views, the hospitality, and the region was just spectacular. It's someplace we would have not considered before now, but are already talking about planning another trip back to the area.
Thank you.
Thanks.
These kind of days where you have a day or 2 or 3 days where you grind it out and it seems like things are not always falling into place, that's typical guide life in Northwestern Ontario. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. You have to roll with the punches, and I try to remain positive through all of it. And I wasn't always like that, but I've learned over time that you have to let the tough times make you a better angler and give you more focus when it's needed. And that's what we did here. And I want to just thank Bob and Amy for a wonderful 2 days on the water. I loved hearing the stories about the youth fishing that they're involved with back home. I loved hearing the stories and the passion that they have for fishing and for Amy's tournament. And it's stories like that from another area that helps drive my passion and helps drive me to continue to go out and do better as an angler, do better as a person, do better as a host of this channel, and we'll just keep striving to do the best that we can do, and hopefully you guys will stay along for the ride. But check out the video right here where we talk about a day in the life of a non-typical muskie guide, which is what I would call myself. We try real hard to try and bring you guys along on our journey, and that video encapsulates a lot of what it is we do here. So for now, 54 Bust is out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.